Okay, let's read this. Whatever the mind of man conceive and believe he can achieve. Napoleon Hill, I already quoted that. That's what he said. And this Napoleon Hill, he wrote one of his first best book to me is Think and Grow Rich. And we have read it in this church before. If you have never read it before, go buy it and read it. Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. We read it many years ago in this church. Also, we read this one too, The Richest Man in Babylon. How many of you? Okay. You read it. We read it in this book. We read so many books in this. As a matter of fact, the book we are reading now, we're going to end at the end of. If you never read that book or listen to the tape or on Right Now Media, what's the book we are reading? Today Matters. Rich book. Read it. Read it. We're not just giving you trash. We are building your life for you. Take it seriously. Am I making sense? Get this one too. The Richest Man in Babylon. How many of you have read Rich Dad, Poor Dad? 3 people, 4 people, 5 people, okay? Read that one. How many of you have read Total Money Makeover? The whole church read that one. So everybody should read that one. Okay? Did it help you? He changed me and my wife. He changed our mind the way we spend money. He changed our mind the way we now begin to budget very well. After we read that, we read it like 2 times. Me and my wife, we sit down on the bed, we read together, we write things. What we learn, what we want to apply. That's the way to do it. Yeah, even though blaming everybody, blaming God, blaming pastor, blaming church, blaming government, do something with your mind. Your mind is so loaded. Renew it. Transform it. God is not going to do that. Did God study for my wife yesterday when she was talking about stocks? She read Warren Buffett. Every time I see, I'm going to get it. Every time I see successful people's story, whether it's Warren Buffett, whether it's Bill Gates, when it caught my attention, I read everything. I read it quickly. Charles Branson, is it the owner of Virgin Atlantic? Is it Charles Branson? Richard Branson. About a month ago, I just saw his article, My Best Books That Transformed Me. I said, okay, what transformed Richard? Because he's a billionaire. So I sat down. I want to read what he read. Am I making sense? That's the way to do it. So he said, one of the best books I ever read. And it's a leadership book that transformed me to be a better leader and a better entrepreneur. It's a book on, what's the ex-president of South Africa? Nelson Mandela. And I saw the title of the book. I quickly wrote it down, so I'll go buy it. My wife just got a book. We're talking about mindset. Outward mindset. My wife read a little bit about it. She told me about it. I said, I'm going to read it. Outward mindset. So, my wife read about Warren Buffett yesterday, how to do stocks, how to do it. She said, she came to me. When you have learned something. My wife said, oh my goodness, we even be doing so. There's a better way to do this. I said, sit down. Tell me, I love you. She was so excited. She broke all these things that we do this. She said, and she gave me the best of the best. So we agreed together. Am I making sense? Well, I'm pursuing things. Look, I pay for a business class by my friend, Pastor Samadi, 3 weeks ago. Just three modules of business class. I paid for $150 or something like that. Just to listen to, because he had gone ahead of me when it comes to leadership and business. I pay for you. That's what you pay for. Am I making sense? How rich people think, how successful people think. We bought it, we pay for it. 11 ways or 12 ways successful people think. That's what some of the thinking pattern I showed to you. I'm not making sense. See, you have to. I will stop telling you all these things because I'm paying for them. You can't come and pay me. Before I tell you in the church, you pay for me too. I'm paying for them, laying them, pouring to you. Everybody look at this book. The 5-Star Church. Oh, this book transformed our church. Oh, my goodness. When I sat down, you remember, Sean, the 5-Star book? This is where I learned excellence from. Excellence and effectiveness in ministry. This man challenged me. Said, if hotels can have 5-star hotel, why not 5-star church? I said, tell me about it. This book, man, I love it. In fact, if you say borrow me, I will say go and buy it. I will never. I will devour and devour. Some of the books in that, my wife will pick him up and say, you already read this book. I see your writing and your markings on it. That's the way you can be the best. That's the way you can do better. I'm not making sense. That's why if you work with me, you will not be cheap. You will not think cheap. You can't think cheap around me. You think cheap, I will just kick you. Kick you, wake up in the mind. Am I making sense? I'm serious. Look at this one. Towards mental exploit. My mentor, Bishop David Udepo, towards mental exploits. Talk about the mind. This book is so loaded. I've read this book too. Success through positive mental attitude, Napoleon Hill. I've read it too. Is somebody following me now? And I've read all these years and years. I just didn't, I can't read all this book in 2 weeks. I've read all this in the past. So I'm not telling you what I'm just. So there are so many. I could have brought so many. Just to show you few. Because that's one of the ways to reading your mind. You read. Stop listening to all those music and movies. They don't read in your mind. You're just wasting you even give them money. You're wasting your mind. They're already successful. You too. Do something. Read. Change your mind to be successful. I don't even, if I watch movies, it will be Christian movies. And seldom watch movies now. Let's go on, please. Next slide.